Now, what you're probably most known for from science fiction concerns, the first time is Doctor Who. I know my earliest memory of you, and I remember you still very much from seeing you, um, yep, in Doctor Who, playing on that sand mine. It's a one of the most classic shows ever. Do you remember much about playing? It's Borg, wasn't it? Do you remember much about playing Borg in Doctor Who?
I remember, but you see, I was totally unaware till recent times that Robots of Death was one of the top six programs of all time in 60 years. I mean, I've
Yep.
just been to Long Island in um, in New York, and for the 60 years anniversary um, convention over there, and somebody mentioned it. I did know of it. I mean, Ian, my friend, he told me that Robots of Death was a very special program to all the they're not Trekkies, are they? No.
Whovians.
What?
Whovians.
Whovians, Gallifreyans, yeah, children of the media. Mm. People who wear
So,
funny clothes and turn up in hotels.
so at the time, I mean, it's part of the reason why it is so successful is in terms of the whole look of the program, or 1920s, the costumes, the sets, all Art Deco. At the time, did it feel like, because I mean, you were wearing some unusual makeup as well, did it feel like you were just dressing up, or I just wondering what you remember
No,
of the
no, I
show?
didn't. The makeup and the costume, whatever you're wearing, is part of the idea. Whether it's um it's a contemporary idea when you're wearing an old working men's clothes, or if you're wearing a suit because you're a gangster. It's the situation within um, within the story that is most prevalent, most obvious to you. There's a department called the makeup department, and they say sit there, and they do what they do, and the hopefully the costume department is not too tight on the crotch, and the boots are size 11 and not size 9.
Over the years, uh,
Yeah.
some people have found Tom Baker quite frustrating to work with, but you actually were scripted to have your hands around Tom Baker's neck. What do you recall of that
Oh,
scene?
listen, Tom is a lovely man. I think it's a well-known fact that I like to have a drink and a chat. And I used to go into Soho in London when we finished rehearsals or filming, and end up in a pub called the French House with Tom. And I love his company. He's a valuable eccentric, not difficult. I like difficult actors because one of which was another actor who's no longer with us, Tom Bell, and I did a program called Frank Ross is Out with him, and he takes no prisoners, but he didn't take me. I loved it. I love actors that are demanding because they know what they're doing. When actors are not demanding in any way, shape, or form, whether they're crying, whether they're shouting at you, or whether they're demanding of you for money, or whether they're screwing your wife, it's quite, when they do it 101%, I love it. It gives you something to react to.
And do you remember much about working with Louise Jameson or Pamela Salem or some of the other people in the cast?
Well, I do, because one of them was a very close friend of mine, Tariq Yunus, an Asian actor from Pakistan, and he I could tell you things about Tariq that I shouldn't really, but no, I won't.
Oh, that's a shame.
Pardon? That's a shame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want the stories.
No, no. He years and years ago, he was a great cook, and he'd invite you round to his flat. Come round, Brian. We're having food on Saturday night. Come round. Be there at 8 o'clock. And so it's midnight, 1 o'clock. You say, Tarek, you did promise us food. Brian, shut up. Roll another joint, for God's sake. Come on.
If you enjoyed what you heard in this clip from the Sirens of Audio podcast, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you never miss out on another episode from us. And if you want to find out more about us, including our back catalogue of episodes, you can head over to sirensofaudio.com.